Okay, before you click away, I think I might have created the best Pale Moon deck in set 13. No joke, the combo that I figured out can guarantee you the win if your opponent is at 5 or even at 4 damage. Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing well as always, and for today, I will be featuring another deck you can build in set 13, which is Pale Moon. Not kidding, this might be the best deck in set 13. Why? Well, that's because it has some killer combo and it have great offensive and defensive power. Of course, this deck is not going to be cheap. In fact, I believe it's actually the most expensive deck you can build right now in this game. So before you decide if it's worth building it or not, make sure to watch this video till the end as I have some epic gameplay to show you guys and hopefully can convince everyone who is watching to make or even try this deck out. And I guess that is more than enough for the introduction, so now let's take a look at the deck list. Okay, so here's the deck list. As you can see, I'm not running as much Silverthorn units as I should because this is not a pure Silverthorn deck. Also, if you notice, our deck list contains 20 triple rares. That's a lot, I know, but no worries there. If you don't have some triple rare, I do have some alternative for you. But first, let's take a look at our starter. So the starter we are running is actually not the new one because, you know, we are not a Silverthorn deck, so you don't really want to run the Silverthorn starter. So I'm going to be running Smiling Presenter because this is a really good card as you can check the top 10 card of your deck and put one card into the soul. This is really good because this deck is kind of a piece reliant deck. That is why this is so important. And also because of Narukami nerf, there's a lot of nerf where their starter can't burn our Grade 0 starter anymore. That is why I feel like this is a really safe card to run even though you might not use it till your late game. Okay, next up, let's take a look at your main Grade 3. Actually, it's not really your main Grade 3, but it is the most popular Grade 3 unit in Pale Moon right now, which is Lucario Reverse. So, this card is actually not your MVP, believe me or not. It's kind of like your backup win condition. So the skill is count +1, lock one of your unit, and call one card from the soul to the rearguard circle and it gain 5000 power. And every time when a soul Superior Call to your field, this Vanguard gain 5000 power as well. And of course, the last ability is your Lucario Crush Ride. Okay, so now, for the true MVP, it's actually going to be your Break Ride ever. It is because of this card, I kind of figured out the killer combo. Without this, your combo might not work as well. But of course, I'm not saying that you need the Break Ride to pull off the combo because, you know, if you don't have the Break Ride, your combo is just going to be weaker, that's all. And the Break Ride skill is, once you Break Ride, your Vanguard gain 10,000 power and the following ability, which is when this unit attack, when this unit attack, put 2 rearguard into your soul and call 2 cards from the soul to your rearguard circle. So it kind of like a bounce back. You soul in and you soul out, and by doing so, you kind of have more attacks. And of course, the last skill is when this unit attack a Vanguard, is soul charge 1 and gain 10,000 power, which I'm not a fan because I feel like it should be just attack, not attack the Vanguard. And plus 1k is too little, you should plus 2k at least, so they can hit at least 13k base. But you know, those small minor details doesn't really matter because, like I say, the key function of this Break Ride is the Break Ride skill. Right, next we run for Lucario as well, and most of the time you are going to Break Ride using Lucario. Unless you don't have her, then I feel like Reverse is the way to go. But it's very situational because Lucario is good when you are low on board size and hand size, where Lucario Reverse is good when you are ahead in the game. So it really depends on the situation. And also, you just want one copy of Alice, you know, it might come in handy, you never know because it is a on hit Vanguard and you get an extra attack. Next up, for Grade 2, we run 4 Chocolate Attacker for Silverthorn, 4 Marisica, is that how you pronounce the name? I have no clue, but she is a really important card because she is one of the pieces you need to pull off the killer combo. Next we run 4 Dreamy Fortress because, you know, Dreamy Fortress is a really good card in Pale Moon as it allows you to boost your defensive power by a lot. And just 1 copy of Dancing Princess. And like I said, it is a piece reliant deck, and not just the pieces you need in your hand, but in the soul as well. This is why I feel like running a one-off copy of her is really good. You don't really want to run too many as you want to save your Count Blast for your killer combo because you need at least 3 or 4. And for the Grade 1, we run 4 of the newer PG. We run 4, not 4. If I have 4, I'll play 4 Trapezes, but I only got 3. So I run 3 Purple Trapezes, 2 Skull Juggler. If you have 4 Trapezes, you can take out 1 Skull Juggler and play 1. And 4 Midnight Bunny. So why we play Skull Juggler is because the only way we soul charge in this deck is your starter and your Break Ride. And after that, don't really have much of a soul charge. That's why I feel like running 2 Skull Juggler or even 1 can come in handy. Okay, so how the killer combo works is, right, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be tough explaining in words. So I feel like it's better if you guys watch the gameplay. And by watching it, I can explain it better. But I will tell you what you need to pull out the combo. So for your soul, you need 1 Purple Trapezes, 1 of your Chocolate Attacker, and 1 of her. Just these three is your most important pieces you need, just 1 of each. And then for your field, you want to have one of her and one midnight body. And that's it. You can have another column of attackers. It doesn't have to be specific pieces. But you know what is so good about Lucio Reverse is because you can call one unit from your soul. So if you are missing some of the pieces you need on your board, you can actually call from the soul if they happen to have an extra copy of themselves in the soul. So I have a total of 4 games to show you guys. The first game is gonna be with a pure Silverthorn deck list, a pretty basic one. So you guys can see the difference between a basic Silverthorn combo and my combo, and you guys can decide which is actually better. And the second game will be my combo deck, which is this. And for the third game is my deck as well. So there's only one game with pure Silverthorn, which is the first game. Then the rest is my deck list. So the third game is a game where I miss my break right, but I still win. And the last game is going to be a quick recap on how the combo works. So I highly recommend watching the first 3. If you want to see the fourth one, it's all good. And I guess that's enough talking, so now let's take a look at some gameplay. Okay, so for the first game, it's going to be against Orica Ting Tang, and like I mentioned, this game I'll be using a pure Silverthorn deck list. So the only difference between this deck list and my deck list is a pure Silverthorn deck list is more flexible, but if you want a killer combo where you can guarantee a win when you have the pieces you need, which is not hard to get, trust me, it's not hard, then I do recommend playing my deck. And when I'm playing a Silverthorn deck, right, you also generally want to have 1 or 2 copy of Marisika, which is the one that is in my hand all the way to the left side. That's why I keep it in my hand, because I do want to try to ride her. And also another perks of playing a pure Silverthorn deck is you get more soul charge and you can choose your soul charge as well. But once you go into your break right, do take note your starter is dead because your Eva is not Silverthorn, sadly. And here, it's really important to soul charge the grade 2 that I just did as well, because you want to make sure you have him when you go for the kills to make a perfect 21k and above column to hit your opponent defensive trigger. And here, I'm probably going to put my grade 1, although a Lucio is not a bad option to guarantee our 13k base. And also, if you notice, I actually run Hugh on my reverse, not on the original Lucio, because you know, if I have a choice, or I don't have a choice, I will soul charge my Lucio instead, and you don't really want to soul charge a Hugh, right? And here we're at Silent Tom. That's pretty bad for him, but you know, the game is still early, so it's too early to tell. But I did notice that 1 Tom is in his damage zone as well, so that's 2 Tom down. So not looking too shabby for us. And here, I'm going to take a look at our soul. What do we have in our soul? Can we take a look? Because we might be able to do a 2 damage push, but I guess I'm not doing it. Okay. I mean, if I can guarantee a 2 damage push, I would do it, but there's no guarantee, because if I go for it and my opponent check a defensive trigger, that's 1 wasted counter blast, so I don't really want that. And I'm going to put another Marisika. I have no clue if I'm pronouncing the name right, so do forgive me if I say it wrongly, because you know me, I suck at pronouncing names. And here he write Apollon, which is a really old card. In fact, that is the 1st generation card, so interesting to see that. But you know, I'm not here to defeat my opponent, I'm here to show you guys how the combo works. So hopefully you guys can utilize this knowledge when you guys play this deck against other opponents in general. And our hand is looking pretty good so far. And because we have 2 Marisika, I actually might be able to call 1, because I can use my Lucio reverse to call 1 extra out for my soul if I need to. And also, if you notice, the character I'm using is actually the original Asaka, not Asaka reverse, just because, you know, if you compare those two, right, side by side, which one look better? Be honest with me. I feel like the original Asaka look way better than the reverse. The reverse version looked a little bit creepy to me, so I decided not to pick that up. And because of that, we sadly are not going to see a Lucio reverse animation, but we did have a Eva animation. So, and here a double trigger off the bat. That's a really strong start, and we can push him to 5. Wow, we might not even need to break right to win. Oh, he checked a heal. Okay, that's good, because that heal kind of keep him in the game still. Otherwise, he is pretty much screwed. And there's no reason to counter blast. So the good thing about this new Pale Moon archetype build is it's kind of like Nova Grappler. You can make a lot of attacks, but you kind of rely on what card you have in your soul. That's why I say a pure Silverthorn is more flexible, because you can choose what to soul charge, and you have more soul charge in general as well. And here we get a trigger, that's really good. And he don't get a trigger, that's really bad for him. But I want to break right, so I guess it's kind of fair. It sucks for him, but it kind of sucks for me as well. So here, I'm gonna call, and call Great One so that I can actually attack with my Lucio without boost, and then use my Marisika to call one more unit out from the soul. And the good thing about this unit is it doesn't have to hit Vanguard. You just hit a unit and you can use the skill. That's why it's so good. And here I'm thinking what to call. I don't think it matters. Although, if you don't get a defensive trigger, I might call another unit to replace my Great 2 on the left side. But he did get a trigger, that's why I decided to play it safe and not use the ability. Because I will need 2 trigger if I use the ability, and that's not gonna happen, okay? The likelihood of that happening is really low. And we didn't even get a single trigger, so good for us not going overboard. And let's see, is he okay? He's gonna stay at his Apollon. I guess that is his main Grade 3, huh? That's interesting. And here he's gonna put us to 5 damage, which is fine because against Silverthorn right now in JP, right? If you're at 5 damage, even if you have 2 interceptor, you're gonna lose the game because you need at least 4 to 5 PGs to survive. Depends whether the Pale Moon player have the pieces they need in the soul and in the hand. But in the hand is not that important, it's the soul part that's important because you can call card out from the soul. So you don't have to have those pieces in your hand, which is really good in my opinion. And here he can keep drawing card. I don't really care because like I said, you need 4 or 5 PG to survive. So now I'm going to do a combo for you guys to see. So pay attention guys. And the reason why I write reverse and not the original one is because I have a lot of board already and I'm just missing like 1 card. So Count Blast 1 to call 1 card is better than Count Blast 2 to call 1 card. So here, I'm going to lock my back row of my Vanguard obviously because your Vanguard no need a boost. And call down my Grade 2 first because the Grade 2 ability is every time I call something out from the soul, if it is a Silverthorn, it gains 3000 power and it stacks. And this is why I say Grade 2 doesn't really help you because of Marisika. Because you can keep calling herself. That's the good thing. You can call herself. I feel like this card is so overpowered and it might get nerfed to calling a Pale Moon unit, a Silverthorn unit from your soul beside herself. But luckily it's not nerfed now, so better play it while you can, okay? And here, I'm just gonna keep calling more units, although I feel like I should call the Childcare Attacker because now I'll need to boost. Yep, that's a misplay. So I did misplay there, but it's not that big of a deal because you guys can count how many PG would he need to survive. And now I'm gonna attack and soul charge 2 of my front row and make 2 more attacks. There's no way he's gonna survive that, even you got 4 PG. So you need a 6 damage shield. And here, if we can get a trigger, we can beat the 6 damage shield as well. So let's see. And we did, that is great. And he don't even have any more PG in his hand. And is he gonna get a heal? He will need 2 to survive though. Oh! Okay. Okay, I do not want to jinx it. Can you get another heal, my friend? Please don't. Let's go, and that is game. So that's pretty much how the pure Silverthorn deck worked, the combo. And now, let's take a look at game 2 with my amazing killer combo. Okay, so for the second opponent, it's gonna be against Link Joker, which I believe is not the best matchup for us because we want both of our column to be open to utilize the killer combo more effectively. But hey, you know what? even against Link Joker, maybe one column is good enough because I do win some games with one column. And here, if you notice how I mulligan, you always want to have a purple Trapezius as your grade 1 to ride because that is your ideal ride. You need a Trapezius in your soul to make the killer combo work. And always put your starter behind your Vanguard. There's no reason to put it elsewhere. And do take note, once you go into your great break ride, your Chunky Attacker is dead. It's going to be a 9k, but the reason why I play Chunky Attacker is because Penguin with a purple Trapezius is going to make a perfect 18k column once I break right. And believe me or not, the priority cut to soul charge into your soul, right? It's actually not your... what's his name again? Dreamy Fortress. Yes, it's actually not Dreamy Fortress because Dreamy Fortress is just a bonus, okay? So if you don't have Dreamy Fortress, you guys maybe can play some other grade 2 that is Silverthorn. Or even the 11k attacker when your Vanguard is limit break is good option as well. And if you do a Lucio reverse, it's fine as well because you can always ride Lucio. I feel like Lucio is more important than the Lucio reverse, but the most important one is obviously going to be your break ride. Okay, so try to remember guys, like I say, you want a Chunky Attacker in your soul, and a purple Trapezius in your soul, and one copy of Marisika. And here, gonna write our Ever. And you can see I actually misplay here because I totally forgot that my Eva is not Silverthorn. And if you notice, this deck list actually doesn't contain Soul Juggler because I'm still testing out the deck list, and this deck list is with the 10k attacker, which I'm not a fan, that's why I actually take it out and put Soul Juggler. But here, I get extremely lucky that I got 2 trigger, otherwise I literally just call for nothing, and because of that I can push for another damage, so pretty lucky of us. So early game you don't really want to push that hard, especially against Link Joker, because you do not want them to lock 3 of your columns. Unless its back row is fine, but you want at least 1 open column when you go for the break, right? And here, okay, he don't call any booster. That's really bad for him because he can only push 1 damage unless he get another trigger. Okay, that's really fair. I did get double trigger, so now it's your turn, so no complaints there. But if I get a trigger, both of your attack are dead. Oh shit, we did get a trigger. And now you can only attack my rear guard, so looking pretty bad for Link Joker. And I say don't go too hard, but in this kind of situation, you want to go hard because you're only at 2. And even if they lock you, you're still not gonna die. And when you unlock, you can probably go for the kill by then. So here it's gonna be tough because you want to keep your Midnight Bunny, and let's see what I soul charge. But yeah, like I say, those 3 main cards is the most important one, and after you have those 3 cards, then go for Dreamy Fortress. And here I'm just gonna flood my board because am I gonna do the combo here? I don't think I should. Yeah, I'm gonna attack my Vanguard first. The Midnight Bunny is one of your pieces that you need for your combo, but it's not a must. But with your Midnight Bunny, you have 1 extra attacks. Okay, 1 extra attacks. And yeah, I'm not gonna call anything. So the combo is, right, the Midnight Bunny, call Purple Trapezius, and then you soul charge the unit that's in front of your Midnight Bunny, and then call a Chunky Attacker. And this way you make a perfect 18k column, and you kind of develop another fresh column to attack your opponent Vanguard with. So here it's gonna lock 2 of my rear guard, which is fine. We are only at 2 damage. We have so much time left, so no rush there. Ooh, 2 10k grade 2s. You don't want to see that, but I think it's fine because it's at 5 damage. And we are only at 3. Okay, we are still very far ahead in the game, so that's good. And really too bad that he don't have any booster though. And here I'm gonna call my grade 1, I feel. Actually, you know what? I might be able to call my grade 2. It really depends on my soul. If I have a grade 3 Silverthorn in my soul, maybe calling the grade 2 down is not that bad. So here I decide to use my starter skill before he get to lock it. So here I call my grade 1, so I just need one trigger to hit his grade 2, and we did get it, so that's good. Okay, so if I have 2 Marisica in our soul, I probably will call her down, but if you only got 1, you really want to try to keep it in your hand because she is one of your key pieces you need to pull off the killer combo. So here he write Nebula Lord instead. That means he's only locking one of my front row, which is good. Okay, it's good. And here he's gonna lock one more unit. That is interesting. Okay, he's gonna lock my whole board, I guess. Unless you don't have grade 1 again. Does he really not have any more grade 1s? But doesn't really matter because Nebula Lord, Limit Break, give your front row power, so I guess it's fine. And the good thing about now, right, is once we unlock, he's not gonna have much things to do because he only left 1 counter blast. He can only lock 1 on my back row at most. And I'm not too sure why he called 2 of his butterfly down. I call those grade 2 butterfly because he called 2. Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm at 5. It's not gonna attack hit anyways unless I check a heal trigger. Okay, so there's really not much we can do here. Besides attacking his rearguard. Okay, that's all we can do. But the good thing is we can survive because we have 2 PG in our hand and 1 grade 2 in our front row. And we can probably close the game out next turn. So, pretty soon you guys are gonna see the killer combo. Okay, more grade 2, like I say, grade 2 doesn't help you. Grade 2 really doesn't help you to survive because of Marisica's skill. And sure, you can lock 1 column is fine. That's why you run Shockwave Attacker so that you can hit your opponent 11k Vanguard. A draw, that's fine. I'm pretty sure you need 5 PGs to survive. 5 PGs, okay? And he just checked 1. He don't even have 4, at most 3. And you're not gonna survive if you only have 3 PG. Alright, it's time for the combo, guys. It's time. Okay, so here we're gonna break right Lucario Reverse, obviously. And sadly no animation, so I do apologize for that. And here I'm taking a look at my soul. And I'm thinking, should I even use Lucario Reverse skill because there's no need to use it. It's not necessary to use it because he's at 5 damage. And most of the time you want the extra 5k power because he's at 4 damage. So I'm not going to use the skill. And I'm just going to call my Marisica down and 11k attacker because I need a attacker to hit the Vanguard. And here it's time to do the combo. So pay close attention, guys. So I'm just going to keep repeating the combo right now. That's why I say grade 2 is useless against me when I'm playing this deck. And now we're going to swing with more rearguards, and that's 1 PG down. Okay. Gonna swing with rearguard again, which is 2 PG down. And then our Vanguard is gonna swing for a 3rd PG. And we're gonna Soul Charge 2. And with Soul Charge 2, we can call a Trapezis out and a unit out. And because we call a Trapezis out, we can make another attacker by Soul Charging our unit on the right side. And I can just call another copy of herself, doesn't really matter because he will need 5 PG if you count correctly to survive. Okay, 5 PG, that's crazy. And that's why I say it's a guaranteed win. 5 PG is too much. And you only have 4. And here we get a heal, that's really good. So, the 3rd PG down here. Okay, so now you need a 4th PG, which I know you don't have because he just drive check 1. And that's game. And if you check a heal, you need a 2nd heal. And yeah, this is pretty much the showcase of the killer combo. So you guys can have a good idea the difference between my combo deck against a pure Silverthorn deck. And now, on game 3, we're going to take a look where I actually miss my break right. And how can you win from there? So now, let's take a look at game 3. Okay, so for game 3, it's going to be against a tier 1 deck which is raging from Dragon, aka Revengers. And do take note that Revengers can burn your starter early game, so try to use it unless you really don't have a choice. And here, I'm going to mulligan all my grade 3 away again because I'm looking for my break right. And good that we have Purple Trapezius in our hand even though we only play 3. And interesting to see that he's still playing Cloudus as his starter even though it got nerfed. So here, always route your Purple Trapezius like I mentioned. And just take a slow approach here, there's no reason to rush. And you get a draw, that's fine. So here, we are really hoping to get a grade 3. And he write a Tattooed, okay. Does that mean he don't have another grade 2? Because most of the time you want your Tattooed at your left or right column so that you can call Cloudus to actually utilize the skill more efficiently. Wait, what? Okay, misorder there? You should call your Doreen first before your Dark, but I guess it's not that big of a deal. Although it might hurt in the long run, just saying. Okay, so here we have two options, Dreamy or Marisika. Which one should we go for? I think Dreamy because Raging Form is very aggressive, so you want to try to stay alive. And because we draw the Laquille, that means we don't have to stay ahead. We can win from behind since we can call at least 3 or 4 Rear Guards from Laquille Limit Break. And here if you notice, I didn't really use my starter skill because he can't really pull off his starter into Blaster Dark into burning my starter. Unless he have another Blaster Dark, which I don't think he have, that's why I actually take the risk. And he got his break right, which is really good for him. And he got another Dark. Okay, is he gonna burn my starter though? Okay, he chose to burn my grade 2, that's super aggressive because if I get a trigger here, I just shut down one column of his attack. Oh no, that's bad. We are going to 5. That's really bad. Come on, I need a trigger here. Yes! Wow, that heal is so good. That heal just saved my ass. And now he'll need a trigger. Oh, okay, sadly, he can't check a heal, which is good for us. Oh, read 2 heal! You love to see that. But we are going to 4, so... Holy shit, another heal. That's fair, right guys? We checked 2 heal, he checked 2 heal. It's just the only difference is I can heal and he can't. Pretty fair, pretty fair. And here, let's go for Laquille. We don't really have a choice. And I'm just trying to figure out more ways to get Marisika into the soul because you really need her. Okay, so here I did decide to use my starter and we did find Marisika, so obviously you're gonna choose her. And I'm probably gonna call grade 1 out if I have a grade 1. No, I don't. Okay, that's really interesting. So I'm going for the aggressive approach here as well. But the good thing about this play is it's gonna get back into the soul, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna swing with my Marisika column, I believe. Because I want to call another grade 1 to boost my 12k tackle. Oh, I did not do that. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I figured out what I'm trying to do there because I want to swing my 12k into his Vanguard and then his Vanguard becomes 16k column and then I swing in my left column to call a booster behind my Vanguard and this way I can put him to 5. But because he checked a defensive trigger there, it kind of ruined my plan. But no big deal, it's fine, no big deal. Because he's going to 4 anyways and I allowed him to break back, sure, but the good thing is if he don't kill us on this turn, there's a good chance we can win on our next turn. Because Pale Moon will win when your opponent is at 4 or 5. 3 damage is going to be tough because your opponent Vanguard is going to go to 21k and it's going to be hard to deal with that, especially if he get a trigger. You can't really deal with 26k unless you check 2 triggers, and that's not likely. So here I assume, okay, I thought he's going to call Blaster Dark out. Maybe he have one in his hand. And that's his third heal. That's good. That's really good. As long as he don't check his last heal, we are still in a really good position. And another reason why you want Midnight Bunny is if your opponent's at 4, Midnight Bunny will come in really handy. If your opponent's at 5, then you won't really need Midnight Bunny anymore. Okay, so finger crossed you don't check a heal, because if you don't check a heal now, we go to 5, you can't heal anymore, so that's good. That's so bad. That's his last heal as well. What a perfect timing, but I guess it's fine. Sadly, we are not going to close the game out, which is why we actually get so many Dreamy Fortress into our soul in the early stages of the game, and now we can probably survive another turn thanks to Dreamy Fortress effect. That's why I say, run Dreamy Fortress, guys. Draw trigger, which is fine, you know. Don't really care about draw trigger when you're playing Pale Moon because PG and Grade 2 doesn't really matter as long as you have your pieces. Okay, so here, I'm probably gonna call my Marisika down. Actually, you know what? I think I don't call it down because Dreamy Fortress will survive, will make me survive anyways because there's 2. So technically I have 2 intercepts. And I guess Limit Break is fine as well. And here I believe the only reason why I call Makari... Oh my god, I forgot her name again. The only reason why I call that Grade 2 out, right, is because I know that my deck have another copy of her, and I can use my starter skill to search and soul charge another copy of her into the soul. Marisika, yup, Marisika. I keep forgetting her name. It's hard to pronounce, man. And here I can probably call something, but I don't think I'm gonna call anything. Yeah. So here we're gonna put him back to 4 and hopefully finish him off next turn, because like I say, if your opponent's at 3, it's gonna be really tough to finish him off or go for the kill on that specific turn. And because of Dreamy, we are gonna survive another turn, which is good. But do take note that when you are going for the combo, right, you need at least 2 to 3 counters, and we have 2 more. That means we can't use the Quill skill anymore. But that is fine because we can draw or top deck any cards we need to actually attack his Vanguard since we got a booster anyway. And here I'm hoping he don't have another Raging Form. Wait, what? Why didn't he use his Dark Core Trumpeter skill? That is kind of very weird. Wait, what? He did not call a third unit. Hello, what are you doing? But I guess it doesn't really matter. Even if he can Limit Break and stand again, we would survive anyways because we still got 1 more Dreamy. Okay. And let's say if he stand right here, we still have the PG to use to survive, so it doesn't really matter, okay? I'm just gonna put it out right now. And no trigger for him, so I guess time to go for the kill. And we draw a Midnight Bunny, which is fine because I can, like I said, I can use anything to pair with Midnight Bunny to make another fresh column. So here, it's time to go for the kill. So, Grade 2, attack the Grade 2 and call another Grade 2. Also, when you're playing this deck, do take note that Marisika can only call Silver Thorn. That is why you kind of want to plan your soul really nicely. And here we can use our Midnight Bunny column to make a fresh column because we can call a Purple Trapezius and soul charge the front row Midnight Bunny and get another unit out from the soul. And we got how many more attacks? We got 4 more attacks this way. Yep. Okay, so here he concede. But I'm pretty sure you guys see what I'm trying to do, right? Because he'll need 3 PG to survive, because we still got 3 more attacks. And yeah, I guess this concludes for game 3. So now, let's take a look at the last game. Okay, final game against Kaigero, which is a 13k base deck. Obviously, 13k base deck is going to be a little bit tougher, but because we got Locure Reverse, we can make sure that we can call something out and put it on the front row and attack without boost. Also, do forgive me if I'm really bad at explaining how the killer combo works. And I hope the gameplay really do showcase how the combo works in general, but if you still don't understand, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you don't understand. I will try my best to explain it in words that way. And here we are missing purple trapezes, which is fine because we got our starter to try to search it. And against Kaigero, he's playing the grade 4 version. That means he can burn my starter even with 1 counter blast when he go into his grade 2 turn. So I'm probably going to use my starter skill next turn, if I want to play it safe. So here, I write Chocolate Attacker because it is the correct play, since you want a Chocolate Attacker in the soul. And here I did not use my starter effect, which is very ballsy of me, okay, because it is a risk. If we do have purple trapezes in our soul, our combo is dead, I'm just saying. Ooh, he wrote a 10k vanilla Steel Dragon. I highly doubt he's playing Steel Dragon. Okay, good, our starter is still intact. And here, if I draw a 7k booster, I'll probably use my starter skill. Okay, that's good, that's good. So now, let's go for the Everite. And I'm gonna call my Soul Juggler down first to see what I Soul Charge. A great one, that's fine. And I guess I'm trying to go for Trapezes here. Let's see, can we get it? We did get it. So put it into the Soul. And I'm gonna call Dancing Princess down. And call Marisika into the Soul. I'm pretty sure it's Marisika. Yep. You just need to remember the priorities when you're playing this killer combo deck. Another Trapezes, although 1 is more than enough. A Draw Druid, which is good, we can put him to 3. And against Kaigero, right, Locure is going to be better than Locure Reverse because they are going to burn your units. And Locure Reverse only call 1, while Locure call 4 units from grade 0 to grade 3. And the best part is, it doesn't have to be Silverthorn. And here he write Joining Overlord, which is something I do not want to see because I'd rather face it off against a DN because it is an 11k base. But judging from his play, he's probably going to go for a DN Cross right next turn. So here he did decide to use his Conroe for a PG. And I guess he's taking a slow approach as well. He's only going to push 1 damage to me this turn. No trigger, that's good, that's really good. Okay, so here I can potentially push him to 5. But I will need to sacrifice a Dreamy Fortress. I'm going to call 1 Locure down, that's for sure. And I did call my Dreamy Fortress, okay. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try to not die next turn and finish him off on my next turn. Because if he's at 5, there's a really good chance we can close the game out. So no trigger here, please. Ah, that's too bad. That's too bad. I really want to push him to 5. Oh well, but you know what? We can still win on 4 damage as long his defensive check 4 to 5 damage is not a trigger. And here he did go for the cross right. And here comes the 13k base that we do not want to deal with. And that's why the Chocolate Attacker is so good. Because 18k perfect column with your Trapezes. Okay, so it's only calling 1 Rearguard down. Wait, what? Why is he not calling more stuff down? He's playing super slowly. Okay, so he did decide to not give me my break, right? Which is interesting, okay? And because of that, I'm pretty sure he's not going to stand even though if he have a DN in his hand. Okay, yep. So here, I'll probably call 2 grade 3 down because I want to say my Macarisita. I have no clue how to pronounce the name. I kind of give up at pronouncing his name anymore. Her name. Okay, and that's why I say the soul charge should be plus 2k. Why is it only plus 1k? And because that, I can't even hit his Vanguard, but luckily we did check a trigger. And hopefully don't check a trigger here. Okay, that's good. So now he need to drop a PG for me. And you know what? When the opponent is at 5, he'll need at least 4 or even 5 PG to survive. And because he just used 1, we just need to survive this turn and we will win the game regardless. Doesn't matter if you burn my board because I have the Quill in my hand. So I do notice that all of my games didn't really showcase the skill of Midnight Bunny, but that's because every time I go for the Q, my opponent's at 5. The only time you use a Midnight Bunny is when the opponent's at 4, so do take note. It's not that it's a bad card, it really depends on the situation. And here's boy trying to check a heal trigger, I assume. Because there's no way he's gonna survive next turn. Because he already decided to give me my limit break because he knows he can't store any longer. He's not getting anywhere. And here you can see my board is empty and I only have 5 cards in my hand. And after I break out, it's only 4 cards. That's where I feel like Lucio is better than the reverse version. And I guess it's time to go for the kill, guys. So, final look on how this combo works. So, 0, 1, 2, you know the 3 is not necessary. Actually, it might be. Because we can call a 2, right? But you don't want to call the 2 out just yet because you want a Silverthorn in your soul so that your Makarika can call the Silverthorn unit from the soul. Yeah, I'm gonna put it behind my Vanguard. Even though I don't think I should call the Great Tree, but I guess it doesn't really matter because it is our final turn. So it's either we win this turn or we lose. And there's no way we are not gonna win this turn. Unless he like double 6 damage shield or something. Okay, so here, just gonna keep pushing his face, and that is the first PG down, second PG down, which is fine, and now he will need 3 more PG, which we know he doesn't have it. Actually, he just need 2 more because my right column can't attack unless I get a trigger. So I'm gonna get Trapezes out, and I think my Dream Fortress is fine. Yep. Although if I want to play on 6 damage shield, I would call my Chowking Attacker with my purple Trapezes. But the safer approach is this play because even if he did 6 damage shield, I can still attack his Vanguard. I mean attack his Rearguard with my Chowking Attacker. Okay, we did check a heal. So yeah, he will need 5 PGs in total to survive. Double trigger, that's good. That's really good. But we still can't beat a 6 damage shield, so. And yeah, that's game. And that is why I say the killer combo is guaranteed to bring you the win if you have the pieces you need, which is not hard to do. And if your opponent is at 5 or even at 4 damage. And I guess this concludes the whole deck guide video. So same as always, do make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what are your thoughts about this deck. Specifically, my killer combo deck. Is it really better than the pure Silverthorn deck? Or am I just lucky? And yeah, I guess this should be it. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Goodbye.